Namaskar. I'm Shubhra Sinha, your course instructor, and we are about to learn some more emotion focused strategies as a part of lecture 4 of module 11 of the stress management course. Friends, as I promised, I'm back with a few more emotion focused coping strategies. Some of the earlier strategies have been elaborated and some new are added in this bouquet for you. Then we will talk about the advantages of employing emotion regulation strategies as a part of reducing distress created to us, and finally we will talk about the importance of using problem focused and emotion focused strategies simultaneously for best results. Let us start our discussion. So, we talked about emotional expression in lecture 3. The easiest and safest way of emotional expression is journaling. Journaling simply refers to an action of writing about your emotional experiences that you are undergoing. This allows you to dump the negative emotion in a very safe manner. See what happens that if you discuss your true emotions, your deep emotions with someone else, sometimes you may suffer the fear of leaking those informations. What if the person whom you have dependent upon, whom you relied upon to express your emotion, to share your emotion, what if that person shares it with somebody else? Or another type of threat which comes to our mind is what the other person will think of me if I tell everything truly, genuinely, whatever I am feeling right now to that person. What will happen to my image? Or we can also get threatened by the fact that it may compromise the relationship between the other person and me. Another kind of fear is that if I tell about the mistakes that I have committed, or if I tell about the feeling of anger and aggression and my intentions of damaging something or hurting somebody, it may cause pain and agony to the other person also. By knowing that how negative I can think, how bad I can feel about other persons or the situations in which I am right now in. So, all these threats many times keep me away from sharing my genuine and honest feelings with other people. Journaling is the safest option here. I will simply write it down whatever I am feeling, and then I can keep it safe with me, or I can simply tear it into small pieces and throw it away. If I am not feeling relaxed to a significant extent, I can repeat the same exercise again. So, this is called a brain dump. A brain dump means whatever negativity I had in my brain, I am going to dump it. The way we used to dump the garbage at a particular place which is allocated for that, and then I find my house cleaner, better, than before. So, this is a safe way because we are not supposed to share what we have written with anybody. So, there is no question of leaking of information or a threat to my own image or me hurting the other people. So, a very safe way, and it can be tried several times, and you will find that while you are writing the same thing third or fourth time, not only you will find a substantial release in the negative emotions that you are feeling, but sometimes it can also give you a fresh perspective of looking at the situation which you lacked before when you started this exercise. Okay, so this is a very important technique of emotional expression in the safest way. Then going for a walk. Going for a walk simply means getting closer to Mother Nature. If you step out of your home or your office to a natural environment in the vicinity of plants and fresh air and the sky and whatever landscape is available there around you, you can immediately find yourself getting energized by all these natural things. So, having a walk is again an effective way of elevating your mood. Talking to a friend, you may not be talking about the actual feelings that you are going through or the actual problem that you are having, but you can just have a talk about something else. Even that talk is capable of releasing your negative emotions because your attention will be diverted. See, if you are fighting with somebody, you are continuously arguing with somebody, and at the same time someone else enters the premise and he asks you to engage in some other important thing, what happens? Your attention gets diverted and you start thinking about something else. Soon you forget about how intensely you were engaged in an argument with someone else, because now you have something more important to do. Talking to a friend is like that. This talking can be used for emotional expression. You can tell your friend about your emotions, about your problems up to an extent you find safe, up to an extent you find comfortable discussing things. You do not have to reveal everything to your friend also. And even if you do not want to discuss much about your problems, you want to keep them aside for some times, you can simply start talking to your friend about many different things which are happening in the world, in your life, in your friend's life, and soon your attention will be diverted. So, this is a powerful thing to do. Here a friend is not necessarily a friend only, he or she can be anyone. Any significant adult in your life, can be your mother, can be your father, can be your sibling, can be your uncle, aunt, or any third person, maybe your teacher as well. Listening to music, I have been referring to this particular thing in the first part also when I spoke about expressing your emotions through creativity or through art, through painting, through music, through anything else like that. So, you can listen to music which carries the opposite emotion. If I feel low, I can listen to some good music which is joyful, which is cheerful, which is capable of encouraging me for my future life. So, this can help a lot. Then meditation is of course a very powerful tool to reduce emotional distress by controlling the secretion of cortisols and altering the physiology of our system. So, if I work upon the physiological side of my being, of course, I am going to change the emotional experience up to a great extent. So, meditation is a very powerful tool to do so. I can also create some artwork, which can be a painting, which can be some kind of craft article or anything. Guided imagery, which I referred in earlier segment also, is basically a technique that you adopt in order to feel calm and positive. What happens? Guided imagery. There is a set of instruction which can be used as the guidebook. That instruction can be given by another person who is a professional counselor or a therapist or somebody who is trained in that kind of procedure. The person sits aside and spoke those instructions in a very soft and mild voice, and you have to follow those instructions and imagine the things which are being told by that person. The same thing can be done with the help of recorded lectures as well. So, if you do not have access to a live guide, you can take the help of recorded instructions, and this practice is very effective in controlling the intensity of feeling of stress. Then simply inducing movement in your body part like stretching, like dancing, can help you in controlling stress and elevating your mood. Especially dance has been found to be very effective, very powerful as a tool to elevate your mood, to motivate you so that you can engage with the situation in a more positive way. Deep breathing exercise as a part of the relaxation technique is again very helpful. The Indian tradition of pranayam, which is basically a procedure of rhythmic breathing, is very effective along with other deep breathing exercises. This calms the mind and body and refreshes the person to work for improving the situation further. If I talk about the benefits of emotion focused coping, I can clearly identify that first of all, denying, ignoring or discounting emotions do not help. It does not help at all. No matter how hard I try to defy that, okay, I am completely indifferent of what is going on and I am very logical and I always try to think in terms of my capacities, ultimately we all are human beings and emotions are a very essential elements of our being, our existence. So, if I try to simply discount the importance of emotion, it is not going to help me. If I am feeling bad, the first thing is accept that I am feeling bad. Denying this feeling, ignoring this feeling, thinking that okay, this feeling is not at all important to me, I can still keep working. In the long run, these kind of defense mechanisms yield very problematic consequences for the individual. Sometimes individuals start acting in the contrasting ways which they should be doing. So, what happens? Accept one's own emotion, analyze the appropriateness of those emotions and causes of those emotions. Then try to see what can be done to calm yourself down. Okay. So, you can try all these emotion regulation techniques which I just referred to, and you can select any one or some of them which you find suitable for yourself and then try them out. if you do not get desired result, you can think using different combination and permutation of these emotion focused strategies, or you can also think combining them with problem focused strategy or appraisal focused strategies, which we are going to talk about in the upcoming section. This helps you decreasing the toxic stress. Toxic stress means the loads of negative emotions which are high energy emotions like anger, frustration, anxiety, aggression. Okay, all these are negative emotions and they are loaded up with energy as well. So, they can create a lot more harmful hormones in the body which are commonly known as cortisols, and they not only creates mental health problems but physical health problems also. So, it is better to deal with them carefully, right. Then try to be more present in the current times. What happens that most of the time we are engaged in thinking about the negative things which have happened to us in the past. What happened in the morning? My boss scolded me. Now the whole day I am remembering the same episode, analyzing every line, every word of it, preparing my responses, making them worse. So I am continuously engaged in those 15 or 20 minutes of the day, leaving all the time of the day behind. Okay. So, instead of living those 15 minutes for 15 minutes only, what I am doing? I have been living those 15 minutes for maybe another 10 hours. So, this is the problem with most of us. We ruminate the thoughts, we ruminate the experiences, we ruminate the emotional experiences that we have gone through. So, try to leave the thing as we move on and try to live in present times instead of getting extremely engaged in the past experiences. These strategies are also helpful for preparing us to address challenges, but it is not enough to solve the problem. So, they must be combined with strategic solutions, with problem focused coping strategies, and this will lead us to better results. Okay. So, we have to find out the areas where problem focused coping is required and the part of the situation is changeable, and whether the situation is not changeable and the emotion focused strategies are required. So, basically it is the fine tuning of the adaptive procedure where I am changing myself according to some parts of the situations and also changing the situation according to some aspects of myself. It is this dynamic adjustment between the person and the environment which ultimately leads to the effective solution of the problem and reducing the stress successfully. This was all about the emotion focused strategies, and this is a recap of we have gone through. It involves the emotion focused coping strategies like journaling, going for a walk, talking to a friend, listening to music which can change our mood, doing some kind of breathing exercises or guided imagery exercises or meditation, and also we realize the fact that alone problem focused or emotion focused strategies are not enough. Rather, overuse of any one of them can lead to exhaustion, burnout and ineffective solution of stress. So, it is better to use them in an effective combination. Keep reviewing them, keep tuning them according to the changing scenario for best results. These are the recommended readings for enhancement of your knowledge. You can select books and journals and articles according to your choice and convenience, whatever is available to you. Here are enough options, and thank you for being with us, for being a part of this lecture so patiently. Thank you very much.